Let me show you the greatest scam in modern history. Relax, it's not crypto, not NFTs, not some fake guru with a rented Lamborghini. It's a t-shirt. This one costs $20. This one costs $1,000. Okay, not this one. I mean this one. Same shape, same cotton, same emotional damage. So why does your brain look at the expensive one and go, yeah, that makes sense? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Luxury brands didn't raise prices because quality got better. They raised prices because you're predictable. You think you're buying fabric. You're buying approval, respect, and a quiet voice saying, I'm not broke anymore, right? And the funniest part? Even when you know this, your brain still wants the logo. Welcome to luxury, where the product is average and the illusion is premium.
Join the crew, you can't go wrong.
Let me start with a true story. A while ago, I walked into a Hermès store. No plan, no intention, just curiosity. You know, the dangerous kind. I saw a bag. Minimal, elegant, nothing crazy. So I asked the question you should never ask in a luxury store. How much is this? The salesperson didn't even blink. $25,000. I did the mental math. That's not a bag. That's a car. Okay, it's a Chinese car, but it's still a car. And that's when it hit me. You don't buy a $25,000 bag all at once. You buy it in psychological pieces. Let's break down exactly what those pieces are. Identity. When you buy a luxury bag, you're not just holding leather, you're holding an identity. According to consumer psychology, this is known as self-concept attachment. Harvard Business School studies show we don't choose luxury brands randomly. We choose brands that reflect who we think we are, or who we're desperate to become. That bag doesn't say, I carry stuff. It says, I'm refined. I value craftsmanship. I belong to a world you can't enter. Your brain loves identity shortcuts. Instead of explaining your worth, you let the object do the talking. That's not shallow. That's human nature. Status. Now, let's talk about status. This part makes people uncomfortable, but research doesn't care about your feelings. A famous study from Tilburg University found that people wearing luxury brands are perceived as wealthier, more competent, and more trustworthy. Same face, same behavior, different logo. The kicker? People don't even realize they're doing it. Their brains do it automatically. That $25,000 bag quietly broadcasts, I have resources. And in human society, resources change how people treat you. Luxury doesn't just change how you feel, it changes the room you're standing in. Cognitive ease. Here's a secret the brands love. Your brain is incredibly lazy. Neuroscience shows the brain is constantly looking for shortcuts to reduce cognitive load. Deciding if a product is good takes effort. You have to check the stitching, the leather, the durability. But a logo? A logo is a trust shortcut. When your brain sees that Hermès stamp, it instantly relaxes. You don't ask questions because the brand already answered them for you. Luxury brands don't just sell leather, they sell mental relief. You're paying them to stop your brain from worrying. Tribalism. Humans are social before they are logical. According to social identity theory, we define ourselves by the tribes we belong to. Luxury brands create the ultimate exclusive tribes. When you buy that bag, you're buying a membership card. You share the same tastes, the same values, and the same status signals as the world's elite. This is why luxury customers defend their favorite brands like their family members. It's not a product, it's a community. Achievement. Finally, the most expensive piece, the milestone. For most people, luxury isn't an everyday purchase, it's a trophy. I made it. I survived. I reached the top. Research on symbolic consumption shows we use expensive items to mark our own personal success. This is exactly why replicas don't work for everyone. A fake might copy the look, but it erases the achievement. That $25,000 bag is proof, not to the world, but to yourself. So, when you look at a $25,000 bag and think, "This is insane," you're right. It is. But you're looking at the object, not the psychology. You're not buying leather. You're buying identity, status, cognitive ease, belonging, and proof of your own success. All right, let's speed this up. Second question. Why are luxury brands so insanely expensive? Short answer? Not because the production cost is high, but because the emotional cost is. Let's be savage about it. It's not the cost, it's the ego. That bag didn't cost $25,000 to make. If it did, the brand would be bankrupt by Tuesday. You aren't paying for the leather. You're paying for the internal upgrade, the feeling of, I've arrived, I belong here. I'm doing better than my old self. Materials are a commodity. Ego upgrades, premium pricing. Luxury brands know that your insecurity is their biggest profit margin. Credibility theft, the celebrity game. Luxury brands are masters of borrowing credibility. If you see a bag in a nice photo, it's just a bag. But if you see that same bag on the arm of a global superstar or a billionaire mogul, something in your brain flips a switch. Same product, same stitching. But suddenly, your subconscious goes, oh, so successful people use this. And just like that, a price that was insane 5 minutes ago now feels reasonable. They aren't selling you a product. They are selling you the illusion of proximity to greatness. Artificial scarcity, the fake shortage. Now, here's the real trick. Luxury brands don't say, "This is expensive." They say, "You can't have it." You want those limited boots? Sorry, sold out. You want that Rolex? Join the waiting list and come back in 2 years. Maybe. They don't make it rare because it's hard to produce. They make it rare because your brain panics when it hears, "almost gone." Scarcity turns hesitation into obsession, and obsession turns into terrible financial decisions. Luxury isn't expensive because the product is better. It's expensive because it's emotional, manipulative, and intentionally hard to get. The product is normal. The psychology? Absolutely elite.
Then, something funny happened. The curtain was pulled back. Manufacturers in China basically said, "Enough mystery, let's show the receipts." Factories started posting videos that went viral for all the wrong reasons. They showed a $3,000 designer bag and followed it with a simple caption, "Costs $120 to make." Same machines, same hands, same leather, same everything. For a moment, the world was shocked. People were outraged, typing angry comments like, "I'm done with luxury," and "It's all a scam." 1 week later, they were definitely not done. Because here's the truth. The exposure didn't kill luxury. It just caused a temporary identity crisis. Some people reacted by switching sides. They started buying first-grade replicas. Not the cheap plastic fakes you find at a street market, but the scary good ones. The ones made in the same zip code as the originals, with the same stitching and the same smell. For them, it's simple math. I want the look, not the lecture. But even then, luxury didn't collapse. Why? Because replicas copy the product, but they can't copy the feeling. A fake doesn't give you that hit of status. It doesn't give you that internal click of achievement. It doesn't give you that quiet, powerful moment of, I've actually made it. So yes, the world knows the price is a lie. But the world is also addicted to how that lie makes them feel.
Thanks for the reality check, Buzzi. And he's right. Luxury brands aren't expensive because they're magical. They're expensive because they're emotional. China exposed the prices, and people were outraged, but the industry didn't collapse. If this video exposed your brain, hit like and subscribe for more psychological breakdowns of modern life. If you missed our last episode, watch it now. It's the perfect companion to this one. See you in the next episode!